Please welcome Paige Chen, equally sweet.
Oh, thanks.
We need a picture of us like that.
Flirting with you.
So when it comes to Valentine's Day, there are so many ways you can get creative.
Yes.
Hacking is something you do to, it's like a shortcut, right?
It is a shortcut,
It's a shortcut to making some great recipes, even using store-bought pieces. So you've gone all out with hearts and bread and sweets and cupcakes. I'm in love with this demo.
Good, lots of good stuff.
Beautiful.
And some of it requires very little effort, and some requires a little bit more. So maybe for someone you care about a bit more, you put a bit more work into it.
Okay.
So we're going to start here with these little mini pies. I put them on sticks because it's fun, and it's also a really great way to display them. These are so incredibly easy to make. Don't be afraid of pie dough, because you can actually buy ready-made pie dough that you just roll out, and it's like this. You don't need a rolling pin or anything. And then you take your cookie cutters, you cut out your shapes. You can use whatever size you like, a little bit of jam, and then that's all you need to do. Honestly, those took me a couple of minutes. That was it. And then you kind of like press it with a fork, bake it per the package instructions, and there you go. And what I like about this is like, it's a nice way to display it, or even if you want to wrap it in cellophane as a gift, maybe someone at the office or something like that. But just a styrofoam ball, a little tin from the dollar store, less than $2.
Yeah.
So
and
really
you just
inexpensive.
bake them flat. You bake them
yes,
flat
you just
on
bake
a tray.
them like this on the tray, and a couple of minutes and they're done. And people think you've slaved all day and you haven't.
Well, honestly, you posted those on Instagram, and I was like, those look difficult.
Yeah.
That looks so easy. Okay, now what about the eggs there?
I know, this is a little bit weird, but because Valentine's Day is a lot of cake and chocolates and stuff like that, which
what is wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with it, but maybe someone wants to eat and be a bit healthy.
Yeah.
So I've got these heart-shaped, hard-boiled eggs.
Okay.
So maybe you pack them for your lunch, or you're packing them away for your kids. A nice little way to say, you know what, I care about you on this day. And the way you do them,
and only
this day, I'm going to put all that work into making heart-shaped, hard-boiled eggs. So what you do is when the eggs have been boiled and they're still really warm, you want to take them because they're quite soft, and all you do is you cut like a milk carton container, because it's got that nice crease in there. Put it in, this is like where it gets a little crafty, but it's really easy. Chopsticks, which I have a lot of in my home, but if you have takeout chopsticks or a pencil, that's fine. You wrap both ends with an elastic band like this.
This is
and
this is
when it is kind of cool. This is when the egg is still warm, so that way it will take the shape, and you leave it until it's cool. And then when it's done, you just get this kind of like weird shape like this.
Okay.
And then when you cut it in the middle, you cut it through. Let me just cut it here.
It looks like a heart.
It should look like a little heart.
That is so perfect.
Yeah. Super easy.
That is so good.
And just another little tip. If you want to go through that extra little effort to make it like pinky or purpley color, I use beet juice. You can also use the pickled beet juice from a can of, the pickled beets. And then just pop them in for a couple minutes before you serve them.
Oh, wow.
And then, but don't do it too far in advance because it will darken. So you end up with like this brownish purple color. It's a bit weird. Maybe more like what your heart actually looks like. Another super easy food hack, if you don't have a lot of time, you wake up Saturday morning like, oh my God, it's Valentine's Day.
Right.
Take a cookie cutter and just cut out, a piece from your bread, and then you fry an egg in it in the pan, just like that. So you get a little hole in the hole, get your extra little piece of toast, you can put some jam on that. This takes no extra effort, right? Extra 5 seconds of your day.
My kids would love that.
Yeah, and it's like I put all this effort
they'd be
into
all
it.
over that.
Now, if you don't happen to have heart-shaped cookie or cupcake molds, which not everyone does, sometimes it takes up a lot of space, you can kind of cheat it by doing this. You take any muffin tin, I used a mini one because I liked it, and then all you do is you take a little ball of styrofoam, or tin foil or a marble, and you put it like that in there, and then you bake it. And you get a little heart. Yeah, without having to buy any extra little tin or anything else.
That is good. Very simple, very easy.
Now I'll show you one of my favorite hacks. This takes a little bit more time and a little bit of planning. So I'm going to show this to the audience right now. So it looks like a regular little cupcake, but inside you've hidden some hearts.
That is so cool.
So
I have no clue how you did that. There's hearts inside the cupcake.
There's hearts inside, and it's
vibrant
quite easy as long as you plan for it. So you first bake a cake, and then you cut out with the cookie cutters the heart shape. So I did mini ones, like this, right? So then what you do is these are cooled, then when you make your cake batter, you pour a little bit into the bottom, and then you basically would just put it
that
into
in
the
the
middle,
middle.
and then pour the cake batter over top and bake it like that. So it just means you're baking twice. One little tip I want to share with you though is when you do this, is you want to sort of score a mark on your cupcake liner. And the reason you want to do this, so you can cut, if you have a hole punch, you can do that. I just cut a little slit out because when you cut into your cupcake, you want to make sure you're cutting it on that right axis. Otherwise, you cut into your cupcake and you see this. And someone says, that's really lovely, that half moon that you gave me, because you're cutting it the wrong way.
Right.
So make sure if you're going to go through that effort that you do that. And then just another, I know we're running out of time, another way you can do it is with a loaf cake. And it's the same sort of process.
Oh, that's so cool.
Right? So you've got the
That
little
is
heart in
great.
there, and that just means stacking all of these little pieces of heart cake,
and then pouring the batter
and then
around
pouring
it.
your batter around it like
Beautiful,
this.
Pei. That is great.
There
Well,
you
all
go.
of these hearts, we want to say a special thank you to Boston Pizza for providing our audience with pizza lunch today. And go to your local Boston Pizza on Valentine's Day. I've done this before with my kids. They were over the moon. $1 from the sale of every heart-shaped pizza go to their Future Prospects Foundation. You are all going to get a $20 gift card, our audience. So you get the pizza, you get the gift card, enjoy and support. It's a great restaurant.